Alright. The Q monster has been beaten again. This time it took like 2 hours to do or something. It was nuts. It was kind of nuts. It's alright. We in it now. I'm gonna go ahead and start the 84 quests. I think my plan today is to get done with 84 and 85, then stop at 86. We'll see how long it takes though. It's kind of up in the air as far as that goes. 433. It's the eye level. The fuck. That's kind of cool. But yeah, that's the current plan. But we'll see how it goes. Anyway, without further ado, let's get started. In Shadow's Wake, last time we left off to, we beat Zodiark. And then turns out Zodiark was the thing stopping at the end of days, I guess. So, see how it goes. Before we speak at length, I believe a change of surrounds is in order. I have more than ill tidings to share, you see, as since others arriving not long ago. Though my communions with Hadlin have grown infrequent, I've learned enough from her to know that these are your comrades. And as luck would have it, they have already reached my abode. Come, let's join them. Hey, the squad's here. Does that mean they stopped the Tempered? I'd hope so. As we'll find out. I go back to his castle here. I don't know why I just didn't mount. I have the mount music off just because I want to enjoy some of the other shit. How the hell? Go round. I like this moon place though. Actually, I like the moon. Alright, what's in here? What's up, Stella? Voice acting. Of course not. Thank goodness. Oh, shit. What'd you say? Thank goodness you are unharmed. But we did what we could to subdue the temper before making our way here. Not without casualties, unfortunately. Some few detonated explosives, killing themselves and others. The contingent's healers had their hands full tending to the injured and enthralled when we took our leave. Lest you wonder, Mistress Kryle hath also been delivered unto their care. Serving as a conduit for Highland's power hath taken its toll, but she will recover in due course. As for Alphino and Alize, they insist on remaining in Garlemald while we three rush to your aid. It appears, however, that matters here have already come to a conclusion. Yeah. It's so fucked. This is Fred. What manner of conclusion, if I might ask? Is this the ally whom Highland bade you seek out? He is not unlike the shades of Emerald. Not unlike, perhaps, but not the same. I was created by Highland. Together with this place, it has ever been my duty to keep vigil over Zodiark. Or rather, it was my duty. Yeah, what do you do now? I was Zodiark to take care of now. If I killed him, he's gone. Zodiark is no more. I mean, that would what it would seem, at least. Not without consequence, I'm afraid. Now the delicate weave of the star, preserved by his presence, has begun to unravel. You mean to avert the final days you shall have need of. Are you alright? Stroked out. My attempts to forestall Zodiark's release have all but exhausted my strength. Now allow me to rest a short while. I'll share with you all I can. Please do. Do not exert yourself on our account. These crystals contain records of your time here, yes? Do you peruse them while we wait? By all means. If you review them chronologically, might I suggest beginning with those in the upper floor? Top down? Okay. I shall leave that to you, Zoe. While I see that you can be gleaned from the crystals on these lower levels. Well, I see what can be. like how this is like a remix of what was it called? Fucking water place. Name escapes me right now. I knew it yesterday, but not today. That where's no rent? Typists. Okay, well. It's time to go all the way up and see what the crystals have to say about this dude. Or about this dude's time here. What is that? Dimly glowing crystal. It just fall into the sun. Found my new hangout place. Sucks that I have to now go all the way around again, but that was cool. That was kind of sick. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. As you gaze into the crystal, ancient knowledge of Zodiac flows through your mind. Daily summary: no abnormalities detected. These appear to be the records of a long, lonely vigil on the moon, dating back to the beginning of Zodiac's imprisonment. Alright. Faintly glowing crystal. As you gaze in the crystal, knowledge of past calamities flow into your mind. Records describe how, with each rejoining, Zodiac's thirst for freedom grew, as did the strain, the brands. Containing Zodiac's imprisonment appears to tax Highland greatly. Okay. But she's strong as fuck now, so she ain't got in prison anymore. Formerly glowing crystal. As you gaze into the crystal, knowledge of past rejoinings flow through your mind. The records describe the Watcher's efforts to prepare in the event Zodiac broke free from his prison. Records are going to describe maintenance carried out regularly with the Laporits, though it's not clear who or what they are. Begins with the crystal. Record of unexpected visitors flow through your mind. Records note that the Watcher's musing with Elizabeth's hat is spotted on the moon, but clearly not for the first time. It is clear he and his brethren have a keen interest in freeing Zodiac from his prison. Yet, they have made no attempt to destroy the brands. Perhaps they prefer to remain hidden from mortal eyes until the final rejoining. Perhaps they realize he would never dare bring harm to Zodiac. We would never bring harm to Zodiac, so long as he remains imprisoned. Is there anything of import? Well, no. So it's as we suspected. Maintaining the brands require a great deal of energy and focus. This cost has grown higher with every rejoining. I would explain why contact with Highland has become rather infrequent since the 7th Umbral Calamity. I too made a rather startling discovery. The heavenly body we know as the moon is in fact created by Highland. The Watcher said he was created together with this place. I thought he only meant the facility. Truly, Highland's powers are far beyond anything I could ever have imagined. I thank you for affording me this short reprieve.
It is we who should thank you. The records stored here are nothing short of extraordinary. There is much we could learn of Zodiac and his imprisonment, but perhaps you could offer us more focused guidance. Pray, tell us of the calamity that came before and comes now again.
When I was a wee lad. Long ago, before the Great Sundering, there was but a single world, Aetherius. Good Lord. One day, from within the earth, a terrible cry issued forth, affecting a profound change in all manner of life. We were not exempt. Our creation magics ran rampant, giving shape and form to thoughts of hopelessness and despair. At first, the phenomenon was limited to a single region, but quickly, so quickly, it spread and engulfed the whole of the star.
Were the ancients ever able to deduce its source?
They were not. However, the convocation struck upon a method to predict where next the corruption would manifest. The globe? The etheric energies which flow through all creation in the form of various currents. Currents which course through the land and the seas. Those which flow through the very air. And those of celestial nature which encompass both our star and this moon.
Celestial currents. I cannot say I am familiar with the concept.
I'd assume wherever they all overlap, but what would I expect you to? Few scholars of our time knew of their existence. Their invaluable knowledge helped us better understand the nature of the calamity. Like the terrestrial ones of earth and air, the celestial currents form a vast network, but the ethereal distribution is not consistent. Convocation 2 realized that the inciting incidents occurred in regions where the flow was weakest. Relation without clear cause, ultimately, nevertheless, on closer study, a stagnancy of aether was observed in nearby currents.
And so they sought a means to harness the forces of darkness, of activity and growth. Thus was Zodiac conceived.
Stop the end of days.
No less a power than a god's could set right the laws of nature and quicken the flow of ether within the star.
Precisely. The advent of Zodiac, our end was averted.
Emmett Selk claimed that those who summoned Hydaelyn did so because they saw Zodiac's power as a threat. Is that true?
Indeed, there was a faction opposed to Zodiac's creation, but their aim was never to unmake him. They understood the continued preservation of the natural order was dependent on his very existence. Until we could identify and address the underlying cause of the final days, we would need remain, or his departure would set in motion those apocalyptic forces once more. Alan recognized this as well, and so, rather than destroy, she sundered Zodiac herself and the star into lesser reflections, so that she may confine him in this place. What she told me in the ethereal sea was false. The two once dwelled as one until Zodiac grew hungry for power, upsetting the balance twixt them. Not quite a lie, though a rather gross embellishment. But knowing what you know now, you must surely realize why she might opt to obfuscate and mislead. Hydaelyn and Zodiark are both constructs of man, approximations of perfection limited by our own imperfections. Zodiark was, without question, the more powerful of the two, having been born from the sacrifice of half of Aetherius' population. Thus was it necessary for Hydaelyn to commit herself wholly to his defeat. Still more effort was needed to confine him. Maintaining the brands taxed her greatly. What power she dared spare, she cried out to anyone who might listen, and offered her blessing to those who heeded her call. It was likely within her power to do so. I believe she did not wish to speak of Aetherius and her history. Zodiark, Hydaelyn's purpose is a reflection of her creators. They wished to look for the future and not linger in the prison of the past.
The Ascians set in motion 7 rejoinings before we came to oppose them. How many more worlds would have been lost had we not placed our faith in her?
If Zodiark was the stronger one, he should have won straight out. Right? That's what I'm getting from this. I don't like this. The fact that abolishing Zodiark makes it unravel in the first place is kind of fucked up. That, and then so like, since the brands are broken, and then all those fucking souls are now ushered back into the live stream, Hydaelyn should be at full power to at least stay whatever course of calamity is here, right? Like, I don't know, dude. Especially if she is anywhere near on Zodiark's level. I get Zodiark was made to stop the the incoming calamity, but they were once one of the same being, or so we're being told. But maybe that's the original plan in the first place. Well, the Ascians, I mean. Instead of keep them separate, rejoin everything, including Zodiark and Hydaelyn. But with this premature rejoining from Zodiark, I would assume it's just a temptation to corrupt Hydaelyn. Therefore, we could stop they could stop the what do you call it? The impedance of us in the first place. That way we don't stop them from rejoining the rest of the shards. That's what I would assume.
How many more souls living in the present would have been snuffed out for the sake of those long dead?
Well, in light of recent events, I see no reason to doubt your word. And even if Hydaelyn is not a god in truth, if Minfilia believed that we should trust in her plans, then I choose to do just that. Which brings me to a rather important question.
What are her plans in the first place? Because now we have no fucking idea.
Let's suppose we try but fail to stop this second coming of the final days.
How would we do it? We would have to do something about the celestial flow of ether, right? Which we have no idea what the fuck that even is. So either we gotta summon another god, or maybe the council knows.
Should the source fall, what will become of the other worlds?
The nomenclature is more fitting than you know. Bring ruin to the source, and its reflections will share its fate, thus creating the instant rejoining, I would assume. It appears it begins. I would like to know what the fuck was with the dog anyway. Ah, it is ready. What is ready? This way, if you would be so kind. Fuck. Beautiful sight. Is it not? Is it?
Yes, but what is it?
Ellen knew better than any that her power was not absolute. Indeed, she has ever struggled to hold Zodiac and his faithful at bay. He feared the worst, and so made preparations in the event of his demise. There would be a contingency. The moon is more than a prison. It's a vessel capable of bearing the people of Aetherius to safe harbor. Everyone's coming to the moon! You need not go far to find its pilots. In fact, I should be happy to take you to them. I feel my final duty as watcher in the dark. Okay. I still have to wonder, right? Because most of the Aether is compacted into the star, right? The planet itself. So if you take the people off, that's fine, but it's still gonna thus leading to the rejoining, I would assume still. So this is at best what? A way to push that back. And even then, you still have people like Xenos too. I don't know. I got no clue. No clue the fuck's gonna happen with that. Helping hands. The time has come for you to be on your way. The crater at the heart of Mare Lematorium, where Zodiac was imprisoned, is not so easily traversed, however. Let's call upon Argos, the familiar whom you met earlier. You should have no trouble bearing you across. Argos is the familiar, okay. Is he just your buddy? Miss Hyland created me as the jailer. So too did she create Argos as the guard. Is in his nature to appear when needed, and yet he is nowhere to be found. Strange. May have the imbalancing of ether affected him. Let us make for the crushing brand and attempt to call upon him there. If you but recall the path you walked with Argos before, you will find your way. That's like the little thing in the trench. He labors a service to Highland's plan. I see no reason not to do as he suggests. I make for the crushing brand then. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna open up this weapon grapple real quick. I'm gonna see what it looks like. Yo, like a little flip. Boop. That's kind of cool. I'm down. Okay. Where the hell are we going? Oh yeah, we're going over there. Da, 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 da. Guys, your cars outside my house. Sorry about that. Is that a chicken? Da, da, da. Oops. Ba-ba, ba. Yeah, can I jump across that? I have to go all the way around over here. Oh my god. Crater sucks. Alright. I'll talk to the Watcher. Place we seek is just ahead. At the Caloriphoscrot. Caloriphoscrot. See, Argos cannot manifest without sufficient concentrations of ambient ether. You're hard pressed to find a greater confluence than inside the cavern. Follow me. You could have just said this weird dank looking cave over here instead of the Caloriphoscrot. Yes, here we're doing nicely. There are spongi draw aether from the ground, which is then dispersed in the air. At present, however, the ambient energies are not quite sufficient for Argos to manifest. Might you be willing to spare some of your own to help the spongi along? You want me to lube the sponges up? Sick fuck. You sick bastard. Tuning to the sponge. Hey, it's the dog. The little buddy. He's a good boy. Argos manifests in a flash. He seems glad to see you again. Most fascinating creation of Highlands, would you not agree? Should the need arise, he is even able to create reflections of himself on a whim. But I assure you, it was no reflection which accompanied you earlier to the brand. Now, Argos was quite eager to be at your side then, as he is now, it seems. I don't recall when last he showed such an affinity for anyone. He died. Thought of him more likely to shy away from you and your companions. Perhaps it was more than a sense of duty that compelled him to your aid before. That's right, he knows. I'm a dog guy. As for your companions? We all get dogs? Unexpected, but greatly appreciated. I believe we're all ready. Let's return, so that you may cross the chasm. Da, 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 da. Yeah. Weepers. The way these things walk. Get him. Get his ass, guys. I can't wait to have hunt trains on the fucking moon, dude. No longer a split job a thing. Moon. Das Moon. Also, what the fuck? Your destination is the structure there across the Cradle of Darkness. Climb onto Argos's back, and he'll take care of the rest. Once you arrive, it should not take long to find the ship's crew. The facility is designed to rouse them from their slumber in the event of Zodiac's destruction. Heed their counsel. Together, may guide this star and his people to a kinder fate. This is where we must part ways. But no, I shall ever be watching and praying for your success. Thanks, buddy. Our allies' assurances notwithstanding, we cannot be certain what awaits us on the other side. But perhaps it would be best if we did not all go at once. I propose the two of us cross first, while Thanker and Orianjay wait here. Sure. What did we say, scaredy cat? Prolific ether yet permeates from the crater. Remnants of Zodiac, much like. Pretty cool looking, though. pretty fucking cool looking. Say that. And the stank. I like that crater. The fuck? This is a lot bigger than I thought it was. They said a ship, and I was like, that's like a little building. I see. Structure is enormous. That is hardly surprising given the size of the average Almiradian. Apologies for the wait. Right then, let's head inside and... Oh? There they go. Most intriguing. Means by which he can serve with energy, mayhap. I certainly wouldn't want him to blink out of existence on our account, helpful as he's been. Thank you, Argus. We'll take things from here. Argus is to remain without. Let's not keep him waiting over long. Okay. Into the spooky ship. The giant ass door. Whoa. The fuck out, Allegan Tech. Moon juices here. Oh, is that an aetherite down there? Yo. We got hyperbolic time chambers? That's kind of sick. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of sick. The ominous music. Oh no, these are their houses or whatever, right? Because there's the crew here.
Our moonship pilot should be around here somewhere. Is that right?
Yo. It's a fucking rat! Oh my god. Ship is huge. Yeah, they are rats. Look at them. Oh my god. The Rat Brigade. You got a commander? How long you been asleep for? Just bored? It's a Monday. I get it. We do have a commander. Hello, my people.
Look lively, everyone!
Nope.
I know. This 1243rd inspection is a mite ahead of schedule, but it is of the utmost importance. For Zodiac, alas, is no more. As of now, our mighty moon has a new purpose: to bear the people of Etheris to safety. Our time has come, my friends! We must be swifter than swift. There is much to do before our guests arrive.
Right
I
here.
expect your workstations to be immaculate. And don't forget to relay our signal to Etheris. Questions? Yes? No? Maybe so? No? Then hop to it!
Imagine that, getting a fucking signal on a TV or something. God's dead, get on the ship. Get on the ship.
Curious crew she hath chosen. Their endearing forms intended to ease the passengers' hearts, perhaps.
Perhaps.
It's like, what in the fuck? A hairy situation. There must be the Laportes mentioned in the Watcher's records. Not all what I expected. Watcher did but us heed their counsel. I assume the one who gave the rousing speech was the leader. I might have to ask about in order to track them down. Come on then, let's be about it. Yep, we're just gonna drop in and be like, hello. Boom. Can I tune to the Aether right? Perfect. Best ways burrow. It's a fucking starship. Okay. Hum, hum, hum. Oh, but you'll shit. Leader of the crew? Not me, I'm afraid. Singing Ways, the name. I'm in charge of the construction and maintenance of the atmospheric circulation system. Only the crispest, cleanest air for the people of Aetheris. That's a promise. Alright, Singing Way. What do you want, Gemstone Trader? What you got? Trading Way. All the fun that the traders on Aetheris were getting up to, so I thought to myself, hey, I could do that. So here I am, eagerly awaiting your patronage and bicolored gemstones. Oh, hey, we can now do this. Cool, we get stuff. It's gemstones I had left over. Nice. Da, da, da. Dozing Laporte. Lim. Leader? No. Sleeping Ways. My job is... perhaps I better ask. I know what your job is, Sleeping Way. Ba, ba, ba. Courting Way. Up Snappy. But how in the... When did you get here? Who let you in? Why wasn't I told? Take me to you later. Take me to you later. Leader? Yes. Look no further. I am the one you seek. Oh well, looks like you beat us here. Friends, I take it? That's all of them? A group comprised entirely of children. What must their parents be thinking? This isn't a nursery after all, but perhaps we should build one. Or rebuild one already. No matter. You needn't worry your pretty little heads. All will be well, I promise. But goodness me, we shouldn't be standing about gawping. I must take you to meet the others. You can run back along toward the entrance. You'll find a path that leads to the central platform on the upper floor. There's no wrong way to reach it, but it's a large glowing ball in the center. You should find yourselves lost. I shall gather the others and meet you there. Okay. Well then, back to the upper floors it is. Place is pretty big for no flight. Also really like just tranquil, like a moon ship. How's this? Nothing. I'm here. Where's the juice? Snappy Laporte.
Right, of course. Introductions are in order. Ahem. My name is Livingway, and we are the Loporits. Created for the express purpose of commanding this ship and bearing the people of Aetheris to a brave new world. More specifically, I am the one whom she charged with the execution of her most vital plans. You might say I'm her right paw. Livingway's the name, map reader and navigator of the heavens.
Pleasure to meet you all, but I'm still trying to make sense of this.
We're going to space.
Confusion and bewilderment are completely understandable. Fear not, I shall walk you through it. The people of Aetheris, through no fault of your own, I'm sure, set in motion a series of events that, unfortunately, culminated in Zodiac's obliteration.
Sorry.
Acutely aware of the imminent crisis, your parents said to you little ones, on ahead while they began the necessary preparations. Still not following? No? Very well, I shall elaborate further. Here, we have Aetheris, your home, and the moon, where we are now. Without Zodiac around to keep things lively, so to speak, the celestial currents of the star have doubtless begun to degrade. A calamity of apocalyptic proportions will be visited upon Aetheris, bringing an end to all life. Very sad, that.
Very sad,
So
that.
too hath the Watcher claimed. By thine unperturbed countenance, I gather this eventuality was anticipated.
The doom and gloom. Oh yes, quite expected. Imagine, if you will, that Aetheris is a delicious carrot that I've forgotten to eat and left out in the midday sun. The most earnest wishes or prayers will not stop it from rotting to the core. So sadly, there's nothing to be done but to abandon said carrot, Aetheris, in case the metaphor is lost on you, to its grisly fate.
Or
And this moon will serve as the vessel to deliver us to a new home.
Just so! We will gather up as many people, supplies, and resources as our stores will hold. And then, once everyone is aboard, it's off to another star.
wait, the entire ship is the moon? The entire
Easier
moon?
said than done, admittedly. For one does not simply hop from star to star on a whim. Which is precisely why we've spent countless years constructing the most propulsive of propulsion systems.
Lightspeed. Woo!
We ought to make it to our destination in 2 shakes of a rabbit's tail.
Impressive technology. I dare say it is beyond anything we have ever seen.
No need to shower us with praise. All we've done is faithfully carry out the instructions left to us by Hydaelyn. Back in the old days, when she was still just Venar, she was dedicated to the study of the world and its inner workings. And the Watcher, the real one, not the simulacrum you met, was one of her fellow researchers. We and this wondrous vessel masquerading as a moon are products of their knowledge and know-how.
There's certainly more to you all than meets the eye. Might I ask where exactly you intend to take us?
We identified a few promising candidates for resettlement some time ago, but we cannot guarantee that they are fit for habitation. Moreover, the ship can only travel in short bursts. We intend to go down our list, hopping from star to star, until we find one suitable for resettlement. No need to worry, though. The vessel is being refurbished with accommodation for an extended stay as we speak. While we did have to rely upon outside help to determine what amenities were essential, I dare say we have risen to the challenge.
Huh. What kind of outside help?
From who?
From you and yours! Who else? Each time we woke to perform regularly scheduled maintenance, we were greeted by the resources you sent us. What better way to learn about preferences and proclivities of our present-day charges?
We didn't send you shit. Who did?
Ah, but you're still adorable little children. Perhaps your elders were responsible for the deliveries.
I'm going to eat you.
I'm not sure what led you to conclude otherwise, but I can assure you that we are all grown men and women. And I very much doubt my elders know this place exists, much less how to send you so much as a starlight missive.
What? Then who in blazes let you on my moon?
I move now. Gimme, gimme.
Hydaelyn herself led you here. You don't say! Well, that's really not children. Then why are you so small and stunted? Like little baby carrot people.
That's fucked up. It's because we're not as tall as Emeraudians.
Well, Amarotines were a great deal taller. In the present day, persons of such prodigious size are exceedingly rare.
So, you're saying everyone's not like the Watcher? Oh, confound it all! Someone could have at least scribbled a note about your profound miniaturization.
Oh.
That tome in thy possession.
Oh, this? One of the first books sent to us. A compendium of the people of Aetheris, with a few blank pages at the back for minor corrections and updates as needed. The sum total of our knowledge of your kind is contained in these pages. I thought it was abridged and made small for our benefit, but this isn't a regular-sized book, is it? According to plans, I need you to rebuild the domiciles at 1/3 the scale.
1/3 the scale.
All of them! Yes, all of them! And but me no buts! See to it with all speed!
Perhaps you could tell us a bit more about your terrestrial collaborators.
Yes, in due time. But first, I'd like to hear more about you, if it's all the same. I'd rather not risk any other complications due to outdated knowledge of our passengers-to-be.
Aren't we on a time schedule here? I don't know. I guess it's equally as important if we're going to be living here for a bit. A taste of the moon. Purple carrot juice, okay. Right then, now that you're here, we'll need you to teach us all you can about your people, quickly. It won't be long before the final days are upon us, and all their terrible grandeur. So it's imperative that we be prepared to receive our passengers to be. If there's anything at all that might displease them, it must be addressed post-haste. And address it we shall. Here at the Best Ways Borough, we have assembled everything required to offer our guests the best way forward. We may have produced myriad amenities we understand to be essential for day-to-day living. I wish to hear your opinions on them. I'm sure you've all worked up quite an appetite, so why don't we get started with foodstuffs. Meet me at the Caratorium, and we'll see about filling your bellies. What kind of food you got? It's like carrot juice, but hopefully more than just carrots. She is not one for enthusiasm. The notion of a theorist rotting to its core being a matter of course is rather concerning, though. Nevertheless, let's take this opportunity to learn more about the Leporits and this vessel. Leporits. The Caratorium. Not down, is it? Find out. These aren't giant doors, are they? Maybe I have to go down. We'll see. Might be a lot of trial and error here. Oh, it is the door. Hello? The fuck? Yo, it's the pride crystals from Eden. Sick. That's kind of cool. The hell? Are monsters down here? Supporter of what? Annihilation? Caretaker? What you taking care of? That's a fucking OG bop. That's kind of sick. Welcome to the Caratorium. Here we create prototypes of various sundries required by our soon-to-be passengers. Allow me to introduce the head of foodstuff production. Cooking Way. Pleased to meet you. Our work here has involved no small amount of trial and error, but after many, many cycles of painstaking labor, I dare say we have created the finest cuisine our guests could ask for. We've learned all about the essential nutrients for a healthy and balanced diet from the reference materials we've received. Well, I've practically worn those words from those invaluable pages. Naturally, we are also concerned with the ease of growth and production. We will not want for ingredients. I must insist you try some. We have fresh stock recently prepared on account of, well, because we just woke up. We're all quite famished. Up along the platforms here, and you'll find a storage unit full to bursting with delectable delights. Help yourself to anything you like. Fucking dyslexia, man. Oh my. Yo, old people are fucking mad. Gotta hop up this down platforms. I guess I ain't eating today. Caretaker, take me up. Blasting way. Go to the storage unit and find a rainbow-colored assortment of carrots. The ominous crimson carrot. Soft texture and redolent aroma of the crimson carrot spell its staggering weight. The excessive length and girth only compound the mystery, leaving you perplexed as the nature of this carrot. Hell yeah. On second thought, you'd like to simply take an seemingly large carrot. For now, due to its bizarre qualities, it would be prudent to ask Cooking Way whether it's safe to eat first. Damn. He's like, no, that's explosives. Wouldn't eat that shit. Any of our selections set your mouth to watering? Yes, what is this? Red carrot. Ah, yes, a fine choice. One of my personal favorites, actually. Please, dig in. I'm eager to hear what you think. With great trepidation, you take a bite out of the carrot. The carrot is oddly tender, but as you begin to chew, its rich aroma fills your nostrils. A newfound vigor begins welling within you. The rumbling of your stomach, however, suggests it may be indigestion. Oh my. There we go. Think I'm trying to do it with one hand. What'd you think? Anything unlike anything you've ever tasted, huh? Oh my god. The iron carrot can be a bit difficult to digest, but the boost to endurance it promises makes it a perfect meal for a day of heavy lifting. We have plenty of other varieties too. Bleeding carrots to improve blood flow, dream carrots to help with sleep. So you see, we have a carrot for every occasion. But I don't like carrots. You don't like carrots? You must mean you don't like them served in this fashion. Or not. We have braid versions on hand. If you haven't the time to chew. I think you two had a wide assortment of carrots to choose from and not else. Yeah, that's carrots. Next. Fucking suck. Let me ask, what exactly did these collaborators share with you about our cuisine on Etheros? Surely you are aware we have an abundance of dishes and foods you could emulate. Of course we are, but well, it was only quite recently that we established contact. Even holding a conversation was a struggle at first, so imagine our surprise when they sent a mountain of books and documents with no clear instructions. The sheer amount of information was overwhelming. If it wasn't for the encyclopedia I found, you would have been at a loss where to begin. It was the fucking council in Charlian. Fuck. That's who's been talking to him. Fuck. And so we decided, rather than divide our resources to prepare a variety of... That's why they're saving everything. And so we decided, rather than divide our resources to prepare a variety of middling and potentially unsatisfying meals, it would be more efficient to devote our efforts to the production of a single perfect food. That's all well and good, but men cannot live on raw carrots alone. Have you considered cooking them? You mean steaming, boiling, roasting, and the like? I suppose we could prepare the carrots in other ways, but our primary concern was efficiency. It was more efficient than sinking your teeth into a carrot fresh from production. A rather strange approach to take from one named Cooking Way, isn't it? Well, technically speaking, Cooking Way isn't my given name. When first created, we were all named in the old tongue, you know? The otherwise impenetrable parlance the Watcher speaks. After we received a great tome of words, a dictionary, that is, from your collaborators, we learned your languages, adverbs, gerunds, present continuous verb conjunctions, conjunctions, just the basics. Then we found the terms related to our given tasks and used them to form new names. Aren't they helpful? Really. Not really, but it does explain a great detail. Wherefore dost thou deem such a change necessary? The rest of your people arrive. We want to be certain they understand immediately what each of us does. Never be able to pronounce our original names anyway. Let's see. Oh, bar critiques, such as they are, were helpful to you. If you should decide to preserve flora and fauna from Theris as well, you would be able to offer the passengers a more balanced diet. Till such a day, when I pray comes sooner than later, it would appear that there is not but carrots on the menu. I mean, Charlotte, she's got fucking nothing but flora and fauna to preserve. We're literally aboard fucking Noah's Ark here. These bastards. These bastards, dude. Second. Okay, sorry. Styled hero. I think we had our fill of carrots for now. Let's move on to the other necessities as well. Our clothing production is sure to impress this way. It's not going to, is it? Patrick's gonna be pissed. Just chilling. That's fucking cool. I like that. All right, Living Way, what you got? Here we are, the Pearl Production Station. We've chosen to employ more traditional methods for the task, creation magics. Alan, in her infinite wisdom, blessed us with the self-same affinity for magic her people possessed. We have other amazing talents, of course, and I know you're dying to hear about them. But I'll regale you with the details another time. That said, we did run into a spot of trouble at first. Our magic alone was not sufficient to see our work done. In the end, we discovered crystallized ether was a wonderful catalyst that could provide us with the extra viz we need. My, how resourceful. Ah, the sweet sound of recognition. You will also be impressed to hear we've read all about the habit, or about your habit of changing attire to match your chosen profession. For the sake of efficiency, I presume. This has also been taken into account with our designs. Well, I take my word for it. When you can simply try on our clothes. Make yourselves known to the workers, and they will see to the rest. It'll be awful, isn't it? I can already tell. Hello. Oh, I see. Ah, it's you. One of the visitors from Atheris. Goodness me. Mapping Way wasn't kidding. You really are smaller than the Watcher. Alright. Here to try on sets of clothes, are you? What would you have me fashion for you today? An outfit that embodies my bloodlust. Bodies your what? Bloodlust. That's will only take a moment. I hate it. Here we are, all finished. A perfect fit, if I do say so myself. I'd be lying if I said I understand what bloodlust is, but I assume it's something you enjoy. I made certain the clothes are flexible yet sturdy enough to endure whatever it is you plan to do while wearing them. I plan to murder. Just look at that, speechless. And there I thought you may not like it. If you have a mind to try something else, why not speak with my fellow artisans? I'm sure they'll be happy to oblige. Just continue wearing these garments in order to progress. You will change back to your normal garments. If you move too far away, look to your map. The garment changes effectively. Okay. Let's see. Got you. Ah, yes. I'm so glad my bloodlust has been satiated by these garments. Ouch. Yeah. Fuck. Yep. Hello. No one said you'd be coming. How can I help you? Just to try my clothes, really? Why, of course. It'd be my honor. You have anything in mind? I'm looking for clothes with altogether different design. I think I can handle that. Let's see. This should do. It's gonna be the same, isn't it? Yo, get the cheetah print. Some of my best work yet. You're a strange one, aren't you? Honestly, I wasn't sure what to do when you didn't ask for anything specific. Take my work seriously, however, and am never one to disappoint. That ensemble is a blend of concepts from myriad professions. All-purpose attire for the modern man of Aetheris. I was worried how the concept would turn out when it put to the proof, but it looks stunning on you. Why don't you go and show Living Way? I'm sure she's eager to see what we've come up with. Let's continue. Yeah. Okay, so. Ba-da-da. Dress for the occasion. I'm here in my new attire. My, don't we look splendid? The result of much trial and error, but I know the quality of work when I see it. Shh, you needn't speak. I can see your adoration for the moon and Laporte's in your eyes. No doubt your friends feel the same, having sampled our creations. Oh, I can't wait to see what they look like. There's gonna fucking just... Ugh. It'd be funny if we all look the same. Oh, God. Sorry I've kept you waiting. He insisted we sample all of their concepts ere we returned. Barely. Says an ensemble most becoming. Yeah, he's funny. He's like, damn, this shit's kind of nuts, dude. Everybody else is like, I hate it. I think it's past time we return these clothes. Jesus. I was so confident our garments would be met with your approval. What are we doing wrong? Washer taught us that his time everyone wore the same robes. To otherwise was against social etiquette. Thought we could appeal to modern taste by tailoring the robes to specific professions, but professions, man. Please, you mustn't be so hard on yourself. Should we resort to evacuating the people of Theros, they will most likely certainly have need of your attire. It's clear you spared no effort in addressing our needs, but you must understand that we are not quite so homogeneous. Speaking of myself, what I wear now better suits my taste. even if it is of inferior make. But there are others whose choices may be influenced by traditions or personal experience. Rather than make assumptions for the whole, we must consider the individual and their potential preferences. Here we underestimate the complexity and diversity of your people. Even if we memorize every tome we received, I doubt we'd have fared much better. We were doing you a disservice trying to shower you with all of our baubles and frippery, thinking it was for your benefit when you'd be better off on your own. There are some who might agree, people who prefer to keep others at arm's length, even when they know they shouldn't. As one such former fool, I'd like to ask you a question. Plan to evacuate and escape the final days. Did it account for the reflections of the source as well? Not that I'm aware. We were born of Highland's love for Etheris, the salvation of the people on that star. That star alone has been our aim. Surely it's better to devote ourselves to saving one world than divide our efforts across 14 and risking failing them all. I suppose you're right. Living Way, might we have a leave to explore best ways burrows unattended? You've given us much to think about. Why, certainly. I didn't even think about the other worlds. Fuck. Because at first you're just like, okay, we just fucking pick up everybody, go to a different one. Doesn't matter. But then every other reflection dies. Till later, then. I may. Would you like to accompany thee a while longer? Really? I mean, you're more than welcome to. There's actually something I wish to speak with you about. Let's be off then, shall we? Damn. What you looking at, little rat? What you doing? My apologies. I wasn't trying to spy or anything. Everyone's been talking about the visitors that come from Etheris, and I wanted to see what all the fuss was about. I was excited at first, but now I'm worried. What if the people of Etheris refuse to come? What if we can't save them? It's clear we've made a mess of things. Oh, but wait. Still haven't visited the domiciles. Would you see them? To understand how wonderful the moon truly is, I'm sure of it. We're waiting for you by the teleporter near the entrance. Oh, and the name's Growing Way, by the way. See you soon. There's a teleporter? Fuck. I'm gonna walk all the way back. Da, 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 da. Da, da. Best ways burrow. Da, 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 da. Alright, Growing Way. Show me how to use teleporter. You're here. You're really here. Thank you so much. Sorry, what should I call you? Daddy. So, King, huh? Right, even your names are amazing. Well, Zoe, be using this teleporter to enter the residential area. Whenever you're ready. To the area. The residential area. Stay hydrated, homies.
Ready in the teleporter.
Huh. Interesting.
Huh? Access to living quarters restricted due to reconstruction.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no!
What did you just TP me to, you little shit? Oh. It's like fucking back in the upper levels.
A private audience, as thou didst request, for reasons I know not.
Just a precaution. I'd rather I didn't have to ask the question at all, but I take my responsibilities very, very seriously. Do you and your friends, by any chance, find our accommodation wanting? Be honest, brutally even.
'Twould be ungracious of me to belittle the efforts of thee and thine.
Lovely sentiment, really. But the disappointment is writ plain on your comrades' faces. It's all the more frustrating since no one will come out and say what they find wanting. If there are faults in our work, we need to know. We can, we will do better. But time is not on our side. The final days will wait for no one. If your people are to be saved, we must take quick and decisive action. This vessel must serve as a home for as many passengers as possible, for far longer than we may like. Which brings me to my request. Our collaborators on Atheris are doing what they can to prepare for the voyage. Would you be willing to go and lend them a hand? Having seen the moon for yourself, you could speak to its many splendors, learn what else they might require, and assuage whatever concerns they have.
Wherefore wouldst thou entrust me with such a task?
How to put it? You're the only one who appears not to be wholly unsatisfied with our work. Oh, quite good at pretending that's the case, at least. Calm, collected, tactful to a fault. Very particular with your words, too.
He's got away with words.
You understand that, in the face of great danger, one cannot pursue perfection at the expense of practicality. The difficult choices must often be made for the greater good.
The fuck's that supposed to be?
And so fate doth conspire to set my feet upon this path once more.
Come again?
Idle musings. 'Tis no trifle thou dost ask, yet full well do I understand the urgency and necessity.
Oh, dear me! Dear me! I was terribly sorry for the mix-up. It's a bit of a malfunction. I hadn't realized the residential quarters were inaccessible, you see. But you're still in one piece, so all's well that ends well, yes? Won't happen again, I promise.
Poor little buddy. He's trying his best. Interesting. Gosh, that was embarrassing. I promise to be more careful from now on. Since the residential quarters are closed for now, I've rerouted the teleporter for something. To allow travel between the floors instead. Hopefully it proves more useful in the meantime. A shame you couldn't see it, though. You really would have liked it. Now travel between the upper and lower floors the best way burrows via the teleporter. Oh, what the fuck? Alright, so all's well that ends well. I mean, that it may not seem like it, but we've been playing this for far longer than I'd care to admit. Each time we woke up, we'd have long discussions about how we'd save as many as you as we can. But like everyone had an opinion on this or that. The one thing well agreed upon was that the people of Aetheris would take action to save themselves until it was far too late. That's why we're striving to make the moon a vibrant, magical place they'd hop at the chance to visit, rather than waiting for the flames of oblivion to get them off their tails and force them to accept our invitation. Residential quarters may not be up to necessary standards just yet, but there are plenty of other places worth seeing. We're gonna look around the Curatorium, but wait until you see what's waiting for you at the east end of the borough. Follow me. Yes. The lower quarters. It up. It's either up or down, or up not. Yeah, so it has to be up, I think. Alright, growing way. Good, you're here. This door is the greatest in Zvel. It was named as such because it's the veil to end all veils. Most beautiful forest you'll ever see. Understanding that people of Theris enjoy taking leisurely walks through natural spaces and the like, so I'm sure you'll enjoy it. We start with a nice stroll through the fountain this way. Beep boop. Da, da, da. Say natural spaces? This is something. I don't know if I'd exactly call this natural. The space alright though. And of course there's more enemies here. The fuck? Oh, leader. Okay. So what do you think of the force? Isn't it positively pleasant? Simply sublime? I couldn't see the forest or the trees. I mean, I saw some. I think those are trees. You're pulling my tail. You're in the forest right now. Building this place was a challenge, let me tell you. We were born here. We'd never seen trees in person, let alone a forest. The vision set by our collaborators was quite enlightening. But after much deliberation, we decided to use crystalline constructs in place of living trees. Why? Thanks to our atmospheric circulation system, this place produces air as clean as that you'd find in the forest on Aetheris. Fountain here behind us, powered by the rather large crystal adorning its top, plays a vital role in supplying us with fresh water. Much time and effort went in the making of most spherical of spheres, and I dare say the unparalleled roundness speaks for itself. I enjoy nothing in the long stretch and the spots of relaxation when I come up here. You could do this stretch yourself. Sure, I will stretch. Yeah, get him. As a spirit, I feel more relaxed simply watching you. A sight worth the many years spent building this place. It's not too much to ask. It's always been a dream of mine to take a walk through the forest with someone from Aetheris. Could we maybe? Huh? You will? Oh, be still my quivering whiskers. Alright, we're going, buddy. Through the forest. Through the forest. I was thinking, Zoe, that I could be more helpful to you by teaching you a little about the moon, what it is we do. When we were first created, the moon's sole purpose was to hold Zodiac, and there was absolutely nothing to be found here. Eventually, Highland gave us our first task, furnish the moon with propulsion systems capable of facilitating travels to other stars. It sounds quite impressive, and I suppose in some respects it is, but it's only possible thanks to all the knowledge Highland shared with us. We also had a lot of time to get it done. 6,000 years, give or take. But anyway, let's keep going. What's the extra spot over here? The rainbow crystal. What? No, I'm not sure what it is you do with the crystals on Theris, but we don't need them. Certainly not this one. It's possessed of all 6 elements: wind, lightning, fire, earth, ice, and water. Use crystals like these to maintain the moon's elemental equilibrium. It's worth mentioning, though, that because of Highland's influence, being the embodiment of tranquility and stasis and all, manipulating the elements here is different than it might be on Aetherius. A conjuring of fire would sooner dry your clothes than singe them, for example. Put simply, the etheric conditions are ill-suited for growth, which is why the surface is mostly barren. Of course, this was all necessary to keep the raging energies of Zodiac in check. Gotcha. It's may come to a surprise, but we didn't begin building the habitable areas until after the propulsion systems were ready. Jesus Christ. Considering how long it took, I wish we'd started sooner. Who would have thought we needed 4,000 years to make all this? Certainly wasn't work you dare rush either. You had to create infrastructure and countless supporting systems, some of which wouldn't be operational until hundreds of years later. And then there was this brief period where our productivity came to a screeching halt. What a bizarre red satellite. When a bizarre red satellite was sent up from Aetherius, the Allegan's mischief, I think. We thought maybe some new nefarious actor was colluding with Zodiac. All we could do was stand by and brace ourselves for the worst. And tell you how relieved we were when it was Hylas informed us when Hylas informed us of its destruction. Oh yes, it was much worse humming that day. Jesus Christ. A lot of trouble today. Say, do you notice anything peculiar about the treetops? I mean, apart from the fact they're massive crystals and not trees. I'll give you a hint. It's the golden rings emanating from the glowing spheres. Along with the device fixed near the ceiling, we fulfill a role similar to the sun, and do so even better. The sun and similar celestial objects and the great expanse radiate energy that is harmful to your bodies. These rings shield you from the energy while allowing you to bathe in the perfect amount of sunlight, rather, a close approximation of it. Pretty impressive, wouldn't you say? Oh, and if you look closely, you'll see different types of trees have ever so slightly different curvature. Yes, indeed, this forest truly is the greatest. I'm not the biggest fan of the, what do you call it? Like, filler segments. Don't exactly love this segment. Should have got that one earlier. But Ethernet or Ether current. Oh, forgot. If you're mounted, really easy for them just to be like, nah, I'm done. That's kind of an annoying part. Just don't match your speed. You go, buddy. But they match it if you run. Fuck. No way. There's something else I want to tell you about. All right. The propulsion systems and habitat facilities were completed around 2,000 years ago. And with that, the most important features were fit for purpose. Which was all well and good, except we still knew absolutely nothing about the present-day people of Aetheris. Why not go and visit Aetheris yourself, you might ask? Strictly forbidden. Were our technology or knowledge of the moon's true purpose exploited for evil ends, the results could be disastrous. Then there were a few more rejoinings, and it became increasingly difficult to converse with Hydaelyn. Fearful we might lose the ability to communicate with her altogether, beseech her to find people on Theris we could trust to help. We were quite fortunate everything worked out as it did. Cutscene. Voice acted, please. We have the funding? Nope, we don't. With the exception of routine inspections and maintenance, we remained asleep and waited. Hopefully Hydaelyn would find someone who would help us. Eventually she did. Though her powers were waning, we were able to speak to them directly for a short while. We shared with them everything we could, including our knowledge of the heavens and a means to travel here to the moon. We certainly did not waste any time with what we taught them. No more than a few years after that, our collaborators found a means to convey messages and supplies to us from down below. With all the letters and books and other resources they sent, we learned enough to start making more meaningful changes to the moon. Now you're here, hopefully enjoying yourself as much as I am. I knew you would, like the greatest Innsville. I knew it. Thank you again for coming here, by the way. I know it was just a walk through the forest, but it meant a lot to me. There you are. I think you already received the Grand Tour. Shame you missed it. Growing way, I've been looking all over for you. Oh, is this about the teleporter to the residential area? No, never mind that. We have more pressing matters at hand. I'll be calling an emergency meeting soon. Your attendance is required. Really? I can't imagine why you'd need me there, but if you insist. We won't be away long, so you all are more than welcome to continue looking about the Bordeaux. Now, come along, Growing Way. Before we arrived, you seemed to be in the midst of a rousing conversation with your guide. You learn anything of import? It took them a long time to build this place. A long time. They spent 12,000 years repairing this. The appointed hour fast approaching. I can certainly understand their restlessness, but still. It remains to be seen if the people can be persuaded to evacuate when there are no signs of the final days. What's more, the technology of this place defies imagination. I doubt there are many who would come to terms with living in such surroundings. Or their collaborators are, unless they are possessed of the world's most charming personalities or a means to forcibly evacuate people, they will meet with a great deal of resistance. Unless the only ones they give a shit about are themselves. In that case, not up to them. It's not their problem, because they did everything they were supposed to do. Holy fuck. Charlie and his fucking... That's the master race people. This is this right here, dude. Like, we win? Everybody else? Yeah, fuck. Damn. Indeed, even if faced with annihilation, the decision to forsake all one knows cannot be made lightly. Unless you have the knowledge to adapt that. Forgive me, friends, but I must beg your leave. There's another matter which yet begs from mine attention. Of course, we can accompany you if you like. Nay, that'll not be necessary. You'll excuse me. Kinda shady, buddy. Kinda shady. Just a little bit. It's clear now that the difficult decisions lie ahead of us. Preparation for the evacuation of Aetheris is indeed crucial, but I am not yet willing to forsake our world and its reflections. And I trust I am not alone in my... my reticence. Sorry, it was itched. Back to old tricks. Did Orange seem strange to you? More so than usual, I mean. I know he has a penchant for keeping his own counsel. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried. You go and see if he's alright. Shall and I remain here and see what else we can learn about the final days. If you hurry, perhaps you can catch up to him. Alright, 1 second, guys. Change this. Ba 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 ba. Bum bum bum. All right, Andre. What kind of shady shit you doing this time, dude? So it's back to old tricks, okay, and he was known for being kind of yikes. My friend made in game. Oh, didn't. J appears to be heading towards the entrance of Bestway Burrows. Oh, whoops. I don't know why I thought that was the door. What you doing, buddy? J ventures off into the mare lamatorium for reasons unknown. You must tread carefully, else he might sense your presence. Time to follow him, time to follow him. Must be enough. Follow J from safe distance. The objectives will end in failure if you're unnoticed or if you fall too far behind. Should you fail to complete the objective, you may try again when returning to the destination. It was the same shit as before. Am I gonna have to hide behind that rock he's about to pass right now? falls too close, maybe. Can't tell. I could also hide behind that, maybe. I don't know if he's supposed to turn around there, or if I just got too close to him. Nothing. Ba, ba, ba. Who's there? No one's there, buddy. Okay, we sprinting, dude. There he goes. Oh, sick, dude. Fuck! Was I not behind the rock enough? Fuck! That's so bad, dude. Okay, well now I know his tricks. Da, 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 da. So I was like, this rock's here. He has to turn around. He didn't turn. He went to the next rock and then turned around. I was like, okay. Let's see. Up. Bridge, young one. Well, I'll just stay behind you. Better. I can sprint after him after. Who's there? No one. Alright, I'll hide here. Just gonna be like, who's there? See? He like goes to the next one, dude. No one's here. Oh, he runs again. That's kind of bad. Shit, nice. Got him. Got his ass. Got his ass lacking. I think I was behind the rock the other time too, but whatever, dude.
Thine arrival is timely as ever.
What you doing, buddy?
Thou didst chance to overhear my conversation with Living Way, I presume?
Yep.
'Twas not mine intent to move in shadow. Nevertheless, I have been asked to do that and more yet again. Is it so plain that these strangers could intuit it at a glance? My capacity for silence and secrecy and duplicity?
He's a lying hoe.
When Grahatir did contrive to deliver the first at the price of his own life, I was complicit in the scheme. A sacrifice averted for a mercy. Would that I could say the same for Menphilia. One life for one world. And by that bloody bargain brokered by my hand were the scions robbed of a dear comrade, and Flamine her beloved daughter.
Yeah, so how about no more secrets, bud?
Two souls, whose selflessness was beyond measure, whose resolve was unshakable. They would not be moved even had I thought to protest. But protest I did not. Far from it. I pushed them forward. No effort did I make to seek out alternatives, ones that would not demand such terrible costs. That resignation weigheth heavy on my mind, as does the memory of another lost to mine inaction. Dearest Moonbringer, who did face death unflinching, that we might secure a means to bring low the Ascians. In her hour of need, I did naught. Dutiful disciple of Louisoix, ever looking to the greater good. Had I shut mine eyes and bid her live instead, mayhap she would be with us today. Selfish wants born of everlasting regrets. Most days I put them from my mind, but could think of naught else when asked to swallow the same bitter draught. Subterfuge and sacrifice. Mayhap the right moral choice, but one I regard with great trepidation. The calamity of Amarat was a tragedy beyond reckoning, one which must never again come to pass. Thus must we struggle, haunted by ghosts of those we have lost, clinging to those we pray we can yet save. But what of those we cannot? How do we make peace with the dreadful algebra of necessity?
Sometimes there is no right answer.
I am not alone in my discomfort, then?
Of course not.
'Tis surprising, though perhaps not. We scions are wont to debate strategy at length, but are resolute and unwavering in execution. Strange. Scarcely can I remember when last we spoke alone, and so candidly.
Just do it more often.
I thank thee. For all my supposed skill with words, I find it difficult to express such private thoughts. As for the Loporrit's proposition, I will take time and consider how to respond. 'Twould be to our mutual benefit if we could converse more openly with our aspiring caretakers. A concern I should be glad to address on the Scion's behalf. To dispense with all pretense and bare one's heart to another is a frightening thing indeed. we cannot move forward ere we take that bold first step. A lesson I have learned many times before. And today.
What are they saying? Curse these ears! I've heard bugger all! No matter. We've got our plans.
Uh-huh. In truth, my reason for traveling hither was to effect a plan of my own. Plan which may pave way for us all. May I say there's no guarantee of success? 'Tis the reason I set out alone. That failure, should it come, be mine to bear alone. Yet thou standst before me with that profound hand and open heart. But 'twould be remiss of me to refuse thy enmity. So I ask, wouldst thou join me in mine endeavors? Seeing things straight. I thank thee for accompanying me. This is a simple plan, in truth. We shall not be alone. We shall not be long away from Bestway Burrows. Difficult decisions must be made in the coming days, but nevertheless, believe we are all of one mind in our desire to save the people of Theris. To make clear our resolve to the leopards, I would offer them a gift. But its making doth require a most singular ingredient. What is that? Ghost? An abundance of spongi. Excellent. I chanced to spy this aggregation when crossing Zodiac's terraced prison. Using a spell taught to me by the Nomu, I believe these shall suffice in the gift I would fashion. The magic requireth considerable concentration, however. Might I prevail upon thee to stand watch whilst I perform the incantation? Sure, I'll stand over here and look. I assume it's gonna spawn one of those things. And now we just fucking full send it. Here we go. Are you kidding me? Got him. Surveying the nearby areas, you see no signs of potential threats. This would be a good opportunity to see what Oriange is doing. Oriange remains fixed on his work. Fixated upon his work. Oh, there, 'tis done. Magicked ink, every ounce as efficacious as that crafted by the Nomu. Whereas the occasion, I would conjure mine own, but it nevertheless a most useful skill. Resulting product is admittedly possessed of no paternal properties, but its hue is one of my own choosing, which I pray the Loporits will appreciate. Zoe, what are you on, Jay? Oh, thank goodness. Oh, you haven't eaten. Perhaps fall into a crater. Hello, little rabbits. Stella has been looking all over for you, Zoe. He says she needs to speak with you about something most urgent, dire even. It is also quite clear that she wishes to speak with Zoe alone, which means I'm afraid that you must stay behind, Oriange. But worry not. Just so happens we need your help with an errand, delivering a package from the Watcher's Palace to Bestway Burrows. It's quite large and heavy, perhaps even too heavy for poor little Brits. And we would be ever so grateful if you could lend us a hand. I have an extra pair of hands before I go meet with your Stella. No, that won't be necessary. Orange's help should more than suffice. And I'm sure you don't want to risk getting on your Stella's bad side by keeping her waiting. She seems pretty prickly. I'll off with you. Or not, Zoe. I shan't be long. Interesting. Ominous. Concerning, even. Oh, God. Yeah. I don't know if I trust like that one. Interesting. A things fine. Yeah, there's like fuck. Let me in. And yeah. Da 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 da. Should be one on this thing. Delegate real quick. Da, da, da. There's ba, ba, ba. So? Wasn't here, was it? Aha. Okay. Didn't see one over there, so had to be under. Yeah, it was. Easy. I found you. You're the current master. Oh, Zoe. Thought you'd be away for far longer. A dire emergency? I said no such thing. But as you're here, I could use your assistance with one small matter. Running Way, a companion of Growing Ways, apparently has much to tell us of the final days. Problem, however, that he is determined to live up to his name, choosing to stay still for long enough for us to hold a conversation. Anyway, he's likely to stop and rest. Perhaps there's a way to slow him down. What's the rush? I was thinking we should wait here. You enjoy a cold mug of carrot juice. No? Well, it's really that important. Try using these balls. Moose flesh. Confused with the other thing. Runningway's other notable features is his incessant chatter. Though you have no trouble finding him in a crowd, when you do, try lobbing your balls at him. Crude, but it proves effective. He was here in Gradius Innsville last we saw. Let's split up and find him. Just trending, it's okay. Found him. Oh. Fast. Too fast. I'm so mad. Yeah, come back around now. Are you shitting me? I'm mad. Where? Oh my god. Got him. Okay. Oh. That smarts. If this wasn't meant to be a jerk, this isn't funny. Fucking moon bunnies, dude. Yes, I'm running away. Do you mind explaining why you hit me in the face with your balls of moose flesh? I'm highly knowledgeable about the final days. Ah, that's the most ridiculous thing I've heard since I woke up. Who told you that joke? If we've got time to look into the final days, when there's so much to do before the Great Voyage. It's true that Highland did impart to us some knowledge of the event, but I know about as much as it as any other operate around here. Us, probably. I don't know anyone who would think it's funny to go around telling people I'm an expert, but they better hope I don't get my paws on them. Sorry, I could be more help. But if there's nothing else, I've work to do. And I'm off. I love filler sections. Woo! We'll see what the bunnies did with Orion J. could find neither hide nor hair of him. How'd you fare? You know shit. So he knows no more than others. Would explain yourself growing way? Well, you see, I misremembered. Yes, that's it. I misremembered. Terribly sorry about that. Afraid I'm drawing a blank, though. Try as I might, I can't remember who I was thinking of. On an unrelated note, what of Orion J? I assume you spoke with him earlier. Did he say that he'll be returning? On his way to the Watcher's Pause with Living Way. Between going away's sudden lapse of memory and our lack of other leads, there are time we better spent lending Orion J a hand. What? No, hold on a minute. It's all come back to me. Yes, I remember. The information you're looking for is in the archives. Yes, that's where you'll find all sorts of useful knowledge, including that pertaining to the final days. The fuck? I don't like it. Heart of the matter. Oh, what to do? What to do? I promised Living Way I would help, but no, I promised it'd help, so that's what I'll do. Archives on the second floor on the main plaza, eastern wing. Follow me. I suspect the leopards are up to something. If there is aught to be learned of the final days, I think it's best we play along for now, at least. Before this, I'll be right back. One second. And I'm back. Once more again. Alright, time to go see what's up with Growing Way. About 20 minutes or so off the AFK again, but I'll keep track of the time. Up. Where the fuck's the teleporter? This entire segment has just been filler. It feels. I haven't really got a whole lot. Like the moon base, getting to it was pretty cool, but I guess I can't use the teleporter anymore. Nice. Sick, I didn't want to use it anyway. But as far as them just jerking us around, it's just been one giant filler fest. Which is cool if it's like a side quest thing, main story thing. I'm just like, dude, let me at the meat. Especially since we just killed God. Like, I was like, ooh, it's a time crunch thing. It's like, it's no urgency here whatsoever. Tells me that the final days have a long time, I guess. Now I get to hobble all the way around. It's like one of the areas that you just be like, dude, it's fucking huge. Just give me a Nate flying. Oh my god. Always have like an Ethernet setup thing here. Like that would be pretty dope. But it's not. I gotta just kill a fucking rabbit. What the hell? Please be voice acted? Nope. Didn't think so. The archives are right through this door. It seems to be locked. Guess we'll just have to go and find whoever has the key. Going away. Enough. If you have naught else to tell us of the final days, you can only say so. We can ill afford to be wasting time here, as you well know. Did you yourselves not tell us we must act quickly? Yeah, yes, we did, but Moon was to be a perfect paradise for the people of Aetheris. We're running out of time to make everything ready for the arrival. We'd hoped you'd see the wonders we have to offer, but you've found nothing but faults and flaws in our work. Only one of you saw our potential. So you others must be kept here. Ah, so that's Living Way's game. Must run in circles and failing that, lock us away so we can't put the plan at risk. Everyone except Orion J. He understands what is at stake, what must be done. I fear you misjudged us growing away. Never have we decried the notion of using the moon as a means of escape. Decreed. That said, my heart breaks at the thought of abandoning Aetheris and her reflections to their doom. If there is a way to avert the final days, I wish to find it. We all do. We may fail, but our efforts would never be at the expense of your plans. But why would you take that risk? There's no room for ifs and maybes now. People of Aetheris will escape here to the moon. They'll be safe. We'll finally get to see all their happy, smiling faces. Sorry, we can't let you leave. Just can't. Do what you must. Try not to hurt them. Be back in a moment. Don't do anything rash while I'm gone. Oh, I'm gonna kill it. That's exactly what I wanted to do. If we dally, they'll overwhelm us by sheer numbers. Say we knock these ones out, split up, make our way to the exit. Agreed. Let's reconvene where Argos awaits outside. I see you. Boom. Boom. Next. Returns to stop me. That's a good joke. You can't even break through my shield, dude. That's so sad. Time to go the fuck out of this place. No longer welcome here, it seems. There. from our ship. Sec. I'm back. Good, you're here. Must hurry to the Watcher's Palace and find Orianji.
And what, pray tell, do we seek at the Watcher's Palace?
Oh, come off it, friend. You know full well why we're here. The time has come for you to return to Aetheris and help your brethren prepare for their journey here and beyond.
Forgive me, Living Way, but I cannot in good conscience proceed with this plan.
Huh? But what about the final days? The death and the doom? Oh, we have to hurry before it's too late.
Your unflagging commitment to your duty is endearing, to say the least.
Oh, bugger!
Yeah, I'm fucked up now.
Be at ease. They bear you no grudge, nor do I. How could we, having come to understand your purpose?
I'm gonna kill it.
For millennia, you and yours worked tirelessly towards the singular purpose of this heavenly vessel's construction. An arduous feat by any measure. 'Tis clear you have spared no effort. Why, your very names are a testament to your dedication.
Our names? I'm not sure I understand what you're getting at.
Names are an expression of the self, a declaration of one's hopes and aspirations. Your use of contemporary, uncomplicated nomenclature doth ensure clarity of purpose. There can be no doubt that your love for the people of Aetheris is boundless and pure.
Yes! Yes! A most mellifluous phrasing! We Loperids were born of Heideland's love for Aetheris.
I want to kill them all.
That shining, shimmering blue jewel, brightest star in the sky, brimming with life and possibilities. For as long as I can remember, I've toiled in anticipation of the day when this vessel might be needed. All I've ever wanted was to meet those she cherished so dearly, to serve and serve well. That goes for all of us, don't you see? So help us. Help us help them. Lead them here where we can keep them safe. If there's anything wrong with what we've built, we'll fix it. We'll make it right.
Doesn't matter. It's not home. That's what you don't understand.
Your works want not for repair. Yet there remaineth much for you to learn of men and your own kin besides. Singing Way, thy name bespeaketh more than the simple marriage of rhythm and rhyme. The songs of Aetheris are beyond counting, and span the length and breadth of emotion. maps are monuments to man's pioneering spirit and his devotion to charting the furthest reaches of our star. Many have devoted their lifetimes to exploratory pursuits, to venture unto the highest mountains and the deepest oceans in search of unknown frontiers. And thou, my friend, I do not think we've met.
My name is Puddingway.
What the fuck? I'm like,
Puddingway? Yes, indeed. A name of deep and abiding significance, I'm sure. But one perhaps better communicated through delicious deeds than tasteless words. A judicious application of fey magics at a later juncture may be appropriate. And living way. 'Tis no easy feat to convey the significance of thy moniker. When I was a bookish boy, a dear friend of mine was fond of peppering me with questions as I read, to my occasional annoyance. One day, I posed to her a question of mine own. What doth it mean to live? After much contemplation, she proffered this answer. The anticipation of a half-read story's conclusion. The hope today's mistake may serve as tomorrow's lesson. The wish that a new acquaintance may one day call thee friend. She believed it to be all these moments and more.
I want to understand, but
I, too, still labour to find mine own answer. 'Twould be my pleasure to assist you and yours in embarking on a journey of self-discovery and enlightenment. For thee. Ink as blue as the waters of Aetheris. Made in haste, though I assure thee, the quality has not suffered for it. The people need not be persuaded by honeyed words. Nay, I have faith they shall do what is right in due course. Until they do, I beg your patience, friends. And with that ink, let us fill the empty pages of Living Way's compendium. An open exchange of ideas will surely afford you all a better understanding of modern man, and with it, ideas for improvements and renovations. But more importantly, it shall empower us to together find a way forward.
I hope you're right. Thank you for this lovely gift.
There you have it. I shall remain with the Loporrits to ensure that all is in order.
oh shit, okay.
Though we must needs prepare for every eventuality, you would all agree that the evacuation of our star is a last resort. To
Failure's not an
accept
option.
failure is to accept the demise not only of our star, but that of Reen's, of all reflections, and the souls that call them home.
Oh fuck.
Which is why I have every faith that you shall fight to the last, that such drastic measures may prove unnecessary.
Yo, time for all of them to come back.
And I pray deeply that it won't. I'll take comfort in knowing preparations were made under your watchful eye.
Thou mayest be assured that if calamity cometh, not a soul will be left behind. If being the operative term.
Oh, I just got fucking goosebumps, dude. Woo! flower. How came it to your possession? Found it. How very like her. Guided by its light, we come to know her true intentions, intentions which remain a mystery even to us. Interesting. In our time, call it Elpis. We will do well to remove that name. Elpis. Elpis. Flower. Elpis.
I hate to interrupt, but I feel like I need to make amends for all the secrecy.
Think nothing of it. We haven't been the most gracious of guests. Do convey our apologies to Growingway and the others.
But of course! And when next we welcome more guests from Atheris, we'll have learned to be much more hospitable hosts. Oh, and circling back to the matter of inappropriate secrecy, we ought to discuss our benefactors.
Agreed. The Charlayan Forum, yes?
Yeah, we already know. Yep, good.
What? How did you know?
Who the fuck else could it be?
The more I heard, the more obvious it became. The Forum's aims align closely with those of your anonymous patrons. A telling coincidence would be an understatement. Though had we not taken it upon ourselves to peruse certain restricted tones in Labyrinthos, we might still be unaware of their plans. But let us continue this discussion upon our return. I dare say we have kept Alphino and the others waiting long enough.
Aye. We have a planet to save. And a forum to infiltrate. Planets to save, even. Planets to save. I was relieved to see Living Way was pleased with my gift of ink. Serve and serve well. But their knowledge may be lacking, their boundless love is a blessing without peer. There'll be no easy task to repair them for what needs to be done. But gladly, I do embrace this duty, even if it doth necessitate that we part ways for a time. Forgive me my absence, but I have the utmost faith in you, and all of our fellow Scions. When next I return to Atheris, I pray I find you all in good health and good spirits. Okay, one second. I'm gonna get something real quick. All right, returning home. The Laporte's in Oriange's capable hands, we needn't worry about the affairs here in our absence. Knowing now that the face of their earthly collaborators, there is much to discuss with Alphino and the others. Let's return to the Tower of Babel. Our battle for the star will soon begin in earnest. You must be prepared. Yeah, how the hell are we gonna go back to the star, dude? I was gonna dash to it, but I was like, never mind. Don't look at me. Both named Sweeper? Oh, okay, that's that was something else. Exit to the Nether Gate. Nether Gate. Not a cool cutscene or anything. They could have done a lot of shit with that. Gods, I can scarcely believe we went to the moon and back. We'll have time to reflect on that later. For now, we need to head back to Camp Broken Glass, deliver a thoroughly detailed report to Lucia. I'd like very much to know how everyone is getting on here as well. They'd only just begun to treat the tempered prisoners when we left. I share your curiosity, but warning our allies of the final days is of greater importance. I speak not only of the contingent, but, of course, the heads of a state of every warrior nation must know what we have learned. We know not when or where or in what manner the final days will begin to manifest. So we must see that everyone is prepared. Agreed. There we may wish to stress the importance of discretion, lest the public be sent into a panic. Not that anyone in a position of responsibility should need to hold or should need to be told as much, but it bears repeating. Anyways, first things first, to Camp Broken Glass. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Ooh. Oh, there we go. It's good to see you all again. No worse for your lunar adventure, I hope. Done what we can for now. Believe me, we intend to tell you all about it. Before we do, might you tell us of what's become of Gollarmold in our absence? We succeeded in subduing the tempered inside the Tower of Babel. Took many alive, but combined with those who were already in our custody, the number requiring care has grown exponentially. The inclement conditions here have made it difficult, not impossible, to treat them all here, and so we have petitioned the aid of the allied nations. Some are understandably hesitant to prefer assistance, particularly those that were but recently subject to imperial occupation. That said, several others have agreed to grant them refuge for treatment. With the assistance of your fellow Scions, we endeavor to see them safely transported and subsequently cured of their tempering. Will all the tempered be relocated? No, not all. We have sufficient shelter to attend to those whose treatment has begun, and enough healers have volunteered to remain until their patients have recovered. Julius is one such patient, though he is not yet fit to receive visitors. Truth be told, it was a miracle he and those in his company were not harmed in the chaos. Not for Alphino and Alizé's timely assistance, I dare say none of them would be with us today. In light of recent developments, have the Alliance leaders come to any decision regarding Gollarmold? The tremendous ramifications of what has happened here, it will take time to determine what must be done. In the meantime, I intend to work with the Eastern Alliance to keep close watch over the provinces. We have other news to share. Shortly after Anima was defeated, we received reports that each and every tower has vanished. For Mercy, the process was apparently not quite as violent as what you experienced in Thavnair. Those who were trapped within them have been rescued and are receiving treatment. Facing this endeavor, the Beast tribes have received instruction in their magics needed to cure tempering. Master Matoya is no doubt thrilled the Mother Porxie affords her so many visitors. Yes, we are grateful for her ongoing efforts, as well as those of our comrades near and far. As for the contingent, several of our members have been granted leave to return to their homelands after the transfer of Tempered has been completed. Lucia and I will remain, along with a small force, to continue offering aid for those in Garlemald. Empire may be no more, but there are yet those who call these lands home. I believe that accounts for recent events here. So is the moon in this Leferoy. Well, you will not believe the moon's actually a giant fucking spaceship. Lefroy? Final days. Gods, I prayed your victory would mark the end of our troubles. There's still much we do not know, but the Alliance leaders must be told. Would you be willing to contact them in our stead? Yes, of course. I will send word forthwith. We'll also release your fellow scions from their present duties, so that they may return to Charlian. Your energies are better spent finding a means to avert the coming apocalypse. Speaking of your fellow scions, we'll be happy to hear that Mistress Kryl, though still on the mend, has been moved to the Valdesian Annex and given into Tataru's care. Thank you. I look forward to seeing them both on our return. Let's be on our way then. Second. One last thing, if I may. After your conversation with Zodiark, you said Xenos took his leave. In all likelihood, he has returned here to Garlemald. I have a mind to dispatch scouts to try and ascertain his whereabouts, but first, I wish to ask if you believe there is merit in doing so. If they found him, they would definitely be likely not to tell the tale. He would just die. He would just murder him. I suppose you're right. Dispatch good soldiers in pursuit of such a beast, to send them to their deaths. Very good, I entertain the notion. While on the subject of Xenos, the 10th Legion has made an official proclamation. It announced the Crown Prince and condemned his role in the Emperor's downfall. His very title has become a source of shame among his former subjects. Its continued use serves only to hinder relations with foreign nations. For this reason, he has been declared Xenos Viator Gavis, outcast, an enemy of Garlemald. And Daniel is no more. His people turn against him. It seems he's naught but his own bloodlust to keep him company. Better that than an army to see it sated. At any rate, I will not keep you longer. I pray you safe passage to Charlian. I've been to Charlian forever. Oh, we've been here for so long, actually. To the Valdesian Annex. You have to click on it like 4 times for it to go. Yeah, what's up, Grell? Welcome back, Zoe. We were so terribly worried about you. Though it's plain I have caused my own fair share of worry, and for that I apologize. Helen called to me that day when you entered the Tower of Babel. Her pleas were faint but desperate, and I knew at once she required a vessel to carry out her will. What came after feels like a dream barely remembered, my body flowing through the life stream toward Garlemald. When I regained consciousness, I was all aches and frostbite, exhausted of aether. So exhausted, in fact, I could only laugh. For it was in that moment I understood Raha's wariness from the Tower of Zot. But that I could laugh at a time like this. Though we prevented Zodiark from being unleashed upon the world, I'm curious to know what else took place there on the moon. Perhaps we should wait we should wait for the others to join us before you give your account. Let's reconvene in the main hall once they arrived. Your comrades to arrive yet? Sorry I've kept you all waiting. Not at all. I understand you've been quite busy. Will Orange be joining us? He's a little occupied on the moon. Duty keeps him away, I'm afraid. But Zoe can explain why better than I. Let's see. It's haunted. It was haunted. I unhaunted it. Now it's a spaceship. And there's moon bunnies. What a fucking world we live in. The final days, as befell Emera. We are to escape via the moon? What of the source and its reflections? Ah! Boom. I have no intention of standing by while the world falls to ruin. So how do we stop this? Fortunately, we have no answers at present. The celestial currents have grown stagnant, as was the case in the time of Emera. The solution would be to alter the flow of aether throughout the entirety of the star. The ancients accomplished this by summoning Zodiac, sacrificing half the stat's population, or half the star's population in the doing, but it should go without saying that such a sacrifice must not and cannot be repeated. Which leaves us with the daunting task of identifying the underlying catalyst for the final days, a feat which even the Emeraudians couldn't accomplish. Fortunately, we found no clues in Mare Lematorium. There's still so much we do not know of the catastrophe itself, let alone what may have caused it. The final days were marked by the corruption of the Emeraudians' creations and magics, but we command no such power. Which invites the question, what havoc does it have in store for us? If we knew that much, perhaps we could draw some parallel with the events of the past and thereby form some semblance of a plan. Perhaps we should start with the Forum. Having worked with the Laportes in secret all this time, there is surely more they can tell us. Forgive the interruption, but I have urgent news. The Forum is holding a public assembly in the plaza outside, some sort of announcement. What's Father up to now? Does anyone want to find out? Yeah, time to go to the announcement. A public assembly. What you got? What you got? I love it's just ominous music, so it has to be good. It has to be good. There's no way. Definitely not gonna, say that we're condemned from the Baldesian Annex. Oh no.
Order, I say.
All right, Barney.
I thank you all for gathering here on such short notice. This day we must speak of grave affairs and their implications for the future of Charlian, nay, of this very star.
End of days.
Said affairs concern all citizens, and so we have called for a public assembly.
The world's ending, by the way. You're welcome.
You may have heard rumors of the Talopheroi and the havoc these madmen wreak abroad. Under normal circumstances, we would pay little heed to petty disturbances outside our borders. The final days, however, are another matter altogether. For we dare not ignore these prophetic words of Eld. The Endbearers will come, ushering chaos and calamity. The final days descend and devour the very star.
I've never heard this prophecy.
Is it true? Will all that really happen?
Calm yourselves. The time has come to speak of the Forum's most sacred duties. But first...
give voice to the voiceless. Let bindings be unbound. By unanimous decree, I declare the enchantment broken.
Okay. The form is now open. Moon's haunted.
Master Leveilleur, if you would.
Leveilleur. Leveler. Or Chenault. Leveler.
"270 years ago, our forebears began an expedition in the Dravanian hinterlands, in search of a route to access the ethereal sea. This much is public knowledge. Their findings, however, would become the Forum's most closely guarded secret. What those researchers discovered in the hinterlands was not a passage unto the ethereal sea, but the very heart of our star. And Hydaelyn
I
herself.
fucking called it. I called it, didn't I? Oh,
Spoke
pick
to
up the
them
phone.
of a calamity that would extinguish all life, and of a means by which we might be spared. The moon. 'Tis in truth a gargantuan vessel built to serve as sanctuary for her children and deliver them from this doom. Much like Nunkref's hope in ages past, it will bear the people of a world in the throes of death to a new home.
Needless to say, this will be no small undertaking. To facilitate the great work, the Forum has maintained close contact with the servants of Hydaelyn, who presently reside on the moon. Convinced that the foretold end was all but inevitable, we began amassing a wealth of knowledge, not merely for the betterment of our nation, but in preparation for the journey to come.
You reveal this to us now? By the gods, how long do we have?
While we cannot say with certainty, we believe the hour to be nigh. We received a transmission from the moon suggesting as much not long ago. Which is why we must in earnest begin preparations for the Great Exodus.
The Great Exodus.
For his impressive contributions and the leadership he demonstrated during our withdrawal from Dravania, we have elected Master Leveilleur to oversee this initiative.
Fellow scribes and scholars, my countrymen, we face a threat of unprecedented scale. We must challenge the trials before us with composure and conviction if we are to find salvation. The wisdom of Sharlayan has ever been a shining beacon in the darkness, and so it shall continue to be. It is our solemn charge to see our heritage preserved for future generations. For those who will come after, we will brave a new frontier.
Oh no. Oh no.
Administrative edicts will be relayed to all major institutions ere long. In the meantime, carry on with your duties. With that, I hereby call this assembly to a close.
Well, we didn't have to talk to them about it. They're just like, well.
Do you remember what Mother told us when we visited home?
Nope.
That it wasn't until after we were born that Father seemed to lose himself in his work. If that great work of his was the evacuation of this star, then...
Yes. It wasn't for his benefit. Would you mind waiting here a moment? I wish to speak with Father before we leave.
Oh, shit, dude. Take your time. This is where
Thank
they
you.
rekindle.
I shan't be long.
If it's all the same to
The
you,
broken
I have
bridge
a few choice words
forms.
to share with Father as well.
You.
So, come to call us cowards and bid us join your fruitless battle against the inevitable.
Nay, we do not object to the Forum's proposal. On the contrary, those who wish to flee have every right to do so. Urianger is cooperating with your associates on the moon to ensure that all is ready should evacuation be our only recourse.
Then whatever your business, I suggest you be brief.
Though we cannot boast the boundless wisdom of Charlian, we have first-hand knowledge of foreign cultures and have conversed with no small number of peoples. These experiences have taught us fundamental truths that cannot be recorded in any tome, nor charted on any map. The beating heart of this planet is its people, many of whom would give anything, even their lives, to protect the lands they love. Many may choose to join you in the end. But what of those unwilling or unable, for whom escape will never be an option? What would you have them do? To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, Father. It is indolence. This is why we choose to fight.
We'll not ask for your understanding, Father. Only that you don't turn a blind eye to the good we have done, that we can still do. We're not children in need of protection. Hold fast to your principles and let the world burn if it please. But we believe there is still another way. And if there is, we will find it. You see if we don't.
Yeah, bitch.
Do as you will. Just stay out of our way.
More than one way to crack an egg. We're gonna crack a planet. Or crack a catastrophe
Were
that's
he not
trying
so
to crack a planet.
consumed with self-righteousness, he might tell you how proud he is of you both.
Bold words call for bold action. And there'll be no turning to your father should plans go awry.
As if I ever would. So long as there are those who wish to stay and fight for this star, we have to do what we can to help them.
And if we're to do that, we'll need to be well rested. Wouldn't you agree? And having triumphed over what we once thought to be the source of all evil, I can think of no one in greater need of at least a dozen winks.
At least.
Shall we then? To the Annex, to prepare for tomorrow.
Oh, God. Whew. Does beg the differ, or does beg the question now. What do we do now? idea. Well, it tells me the forum made a rather momentous announcement. So there's to be a great exodus, is there? I'm reminded of my narrow escape from the Isle of Vol. Realization, the running, mixture of relief and regret. After, why me? I ask myself. Why me? Why us? Why now? I wonder. There's no use fretting over the cosmic morality or lack thereof. We're here. We'll get through this together. Who knows? Maybe my luck will rub off and grant everyone a narrow escape. No harm in praying for much. Oh, but enough of my rambling. I'm sure you're exhausted. Your chamber awaits. Turning home. Leave. Visitors come knocking at your door. Where could it be? Who could it be? Is it Graha? It's gotta be, dude. No way. He's like, I can't sleep. Can I come snuggle? I come snuggle.
Oh, apologies. I didn't mean to. If you could spare a moment before bed.
What'd I say?
Thank you. I fear this may be the last quiet night we have to talk for quite some time. I am troubled of late. Unwarranted concerns, perhaps. I hope. Nevertheless, I feel compelled to share them with you.
What's wrong, little buddy?
You have bested your enemies thus far, Xenos and even Zodiac. Your victories have come at a considerable cost to yourself.
The fuck you mean?
No one is without their limits, and you are no exception.
The fuck out of my room.
I worry the added weight of the final days will prove more than you can bear.
That's why I got homies.
It is surely too much for any one man.
I have homies! What do you mean, one man? Are you gonna quit?
But you needn't bear it alone. Let me share your burden. My, carrying capacity pales in comparison to yours.
As do
but
most.
I could still help. Shoulder the occasional satchel from your ever-growing mountain of, baggage.
What?
You have already done so much to help relieve me of mine own encumbrances. 'Tis only fair that I repay you in kind. Of course, it needn't be only troubles we share. Moments of joy may seem few and far between now, but there will come a time when we look back fondly on this journey. The inquiry at the forum, our march through the snows of Garlemald, our impromptu dinner in this very room.
That was nice. That was nice.
And that is to say nothing of the journeys yet to come, to the ends of the world and beyond. But tomorrow will be no less busy than today, and I've kept you from your rest long enough. Sleep well, my friend.
You want to snuggle? thank God, now I can master. Roll the credits. A while earlier, the Alan Megan corner. Porter. Someone saying I was just gonna be strolling through, chilling.
Thank the gods that tower is gone. The sight of it was enough to make me sick.
Thank the Ilsebar contingent, more like. Word is, they fought their way into Garlemald and toppled the bloody thing themselves. Not just the one, neither. All the towers have up and vanished.
Aye, I heard the same. Commander Aldin and his troops helped keep casualties to a minimum, too. But is it true they brought back tempered Garlean soldiers?
For healing.
As Commander Aldin tells it, they've a treatment for that now. But don't you worry. Cured or not, they've no plans to bring them into the city proper.
I see. Well, that's a relief then. I know we've brothers and sisters among the lot, but I can't say I'm eager to welcome them home.
Wanted to think about it for a while yet. They're to be looked after in Alagana for the time being.
Miss Julius? Meanwhile, in his card. Oh, hey, it's a buddy.
Another day, another commission of paramount importance. Well, what have we here?
Tempered.
Hey,
Brains.
are you all right? Was that? No. The shadows play tricks, nothing more.
That guy had some stank. No, you're right. No, we talked
The
to.
towers are gone, and the Garlean threat is abated. Yet, why does it feel as though it's about to get much, much worse?
You're projecting. Listen, okay? You need a good night's rest. There's no strange moon demons here. Go to sleep. It'll all be better in the morning. Whoa. So it begins. Ooh, hear that ominous music? 85. Skies aflame? We'll do it. When I get back from break, 'cause I need some food.